Breeding Buddies channel. Today's video is about getting your puppy or buying a puppy from a breeder, and I'm going to be offering some tips, and I hope the tips are helpful for you all. Hi, so here are the tips for buying a puppy. I hope these tips are helpful for you, and I think they'll make breeders also more accountable, and they'll make ensure that we have good puppy breeding going out there. So hopefully you'll utilize some of these tips. So the first thing you want to do is find a breeder. And some of the places that you can find a good breeder are on social media. You can also go on certain dog groups on Facebook, the specific dog breeds that you like. The best one, of course, is breeder references. And this is if you have friends and family that have used a breeder in the past and have been very successful with that, then you want to get a good recommendation for that. The big thing also is once you do find a breeder, you want to have a video chat with your breeder. Please do not do negotiating by text. You want to be able to talk with your breeder face to face on FaceTime or WhatsApp or whatever. And this way, when we got our puppy, we had originally seen the puppy from a picture, but when we called him, he started showing us other puppies, and at the end, we selected the puppy that we wanted. So this is why it's so important to do that video chat. And you can at that point agree on a price of the puppy. You can agree on the actual puppy, and it's a much better and easier transition this way. So you select the puppy that you want, and you know by their markings which is the puppy you like. Sometimes some puppies look so similar that it's hard in certain breeds, but in other breeds they're very distinct. So their features, their little markings. I know, like with the Cavalier, Bailey had a lot of little freckles in her nose, and so whatever you're gonna pick. Another big thing is naming your puppy. We named our puppies. We both knew the name of our puppies way beforehand, and so we provided that name to the breeder, and it was really good. I think it's helpful for the puppy because the breeder starts calling them that, and when they did their updates, they would say, here's Maja or here's Bailey, and they would refer to them as Bailey and Maja, so the puppy can become familiar with their name as well. This is really helpful. Another big thing was the weekly updates. I always ask your breeder to give you weekly updates, and the videos and photos are great. I really love the video footages, but I also like the photos as well. And so the weekly updates were good, usually when they went for checkups, or if they had healthy puppy checkups, or if they had some sort of milestone. It's really good to have them. Sometimes one of the breeders for Bailey would send me just Bailey playing with her little siblings, or Maja, the breeder, would send me. She had just eaten, and her little pot belly looked really big. So those are fun. And of course, the big one also is you want to prepare your home. This is a big one. Prior to us getting the puppy, a month before we got the puppies, we had that doggy door installed, and that was really big. We also wanted to select the area in our home where we were going to have the puppies. We purchased a big pen yard for the puppies because we weren't sure whether we were going to keep them in the pen or whether we were going to let them loose around the house. So we found an area. We got the kennels, we got the beddings, and just buy all the supplies that you're going to need. A really big one that's very underrated is preparing yourself mentally. So many people see the experience of buying a puppy as just a wonderful experience, and they don't see the challenges that go with it. But there is a lot of responsibilities that come with owning a puppy, and potty training is one of the big ones. The reality of that that's going to be very challenging. It can be very frustrating. It can be very overwhelming. So prepare yourself for that. Prepare yourself for lack of independence. If you have other dogs, it'll probably be an easier transition. If you don't have any dogs, it's going to be a transition and an adjustment for you too. So prepare yourself that it's not going to be all the bed of roses. There's going to be some challenges involved, and this will make for an easier transition and a more successful bonding between you and your puppy. So once you pick up your puppy, usually they'll have asked a deposit to hold your puppy. I would just be very wary of anybody that asks for more money throughout the process. But I paid in full for both puppies at pickup after that. So I only gave a deposit, and then I paid in full once I picked up the puppy. Very important to not be sending any more money. when you do get your puppy, inspect your puppy. Make sure they don't have any hair loss or any visible rashes or skin conditions. These are things that you want to look at before you even hand over the rest of the money, and you want to just make sure you're getting a good healthy puppy, at least visibly. I always use a buddy system. Go with someone else so that they can help you with this process. The reason for that is because you're so excited with the puppy, so the other person can get all the documents as well. They can get the registration, the shot records, any DNA paperwork that has been done on the puppy or the parents is good, any health checkups. So all the documents have to be, you have to get those documents from the breeder. And sometimes you're so excited, you're holding your puppy and you're just loving it up, and you forget all these things. So take somebody with you if you can in the exchange. And of course, also write down any questions that you have for the breeder. Writing the questions is really important because you think about, oh, I gotta ask them something, but then when you get your puppy in your hands, you get so excited you may forget. So write those questions down so that you'll have them. This will be a lot less if you're having those weekly updates with your breeder, so that you can ask questions about their sleeping habits, their food, and all of that good stuff. But yeah, to have a really good communication with a breeder is super, super important. Please be patient. It does take time. There is an adjustment that's happening, not just for you, but for mainly for the puppy. The puppy is going to a new home, new surroundings, a new environment. They've just lost their litter mates and also their mom, so it's an adjustment for them. And the big one, of course, is the potty training, and that one's going to take a long time, and for some puppies it's longer than others. So be very, very patient. And of course, the biggest one is, and I don't even have to say this as a tip, but enjoy your puppy. This is the beginning of a long journey in your lives. And really, a puppy, dogs really enhance our lives. They really improve the quality of our lives. And I can't say that enough. And I'll end this with a really beautiful quote that I saw from Josh Billings. And he said, "A dog is the only thing on earth that loves you more than he loves himself." And that says it all.